Dr. Larissa Assam, and I am a family medicine physician and the founder and CEO of Rofi Concierge Medicine. Today I'm joined by my colleague, Dr. Tim Oyeniran, and I will actually be interviewing him. So welcome, Dr. Tim.
Thank you. Thank you for having me, Dr. Assam. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you. How are you?
Yes, I'm good. Glad and happy to be here.
Awesome. So today, I'll just ask you a couple of questions just so that all those who are within the Rofi community can get to know you, and potential patients can also get to know who you are as a physician. Does that sound okay?
That's good.
Okay, so first, I'll just like you to please introduce yourself for those who may not have met you yet. Can you just go ahead and introduce yourself?
Yeah, so my name is Dr. Tim Oyeniran. I'm a family physician. I'm a sports medicine physician as well. Currently, I'm based in New York City and in Connecticut. Currently, I'm a sports medicine physician at University of Connecticut. Why I chose family medicine? I was one of those medical students that loved every specialty, from OB to psychiatry, children. And when I was on my rotations, I just always missed talking about the patient's overall problems. When I was on psychiatry, even though it was all about mental health, I missed talking about the heart, lungs, all the other issues of the patient. Then I decided to also do sports medicine. And why sports medicine? First, I was always an athlete. Growing up, it actually what brought me into medicine, because I got to learn about nutrition, anatomy, all these things, and it guided me towards the direction of medicine. And on top of that, I've had personal friends, family members that had injuries that set them back in their life, and I always wish I was there to help. So that's why I chose sports medicine.
Amazing. Thank you so much for that introduction. And I'm sure, or I hope for medical students who are kind of figuring out what's next, maybe that's an indicator to pay attention to. If you realize that you kind of like a little bit of everything as you're going through, you just might want to come over to the family medicine world. Just saying. Okay. Okay, so at Rofi, we do direct primary care, we do concierge medicine. And so for you, what made you decide that this was the kind of care that you wanted to provide to your patients? And what are you hoping, right, as the practice continues to grow, that you'll be able to accomplish for your patients?
Yeah, so I decided to go this route because I wanted to give my patients a bit more personalized care, less of a corporate medicine type of care. With our current healthcare system, it's all about generating as much money as possible for the hospital and seeing as many patients as possible. The downside of this is you only have about 10, 20 minutes to see someone. And I always ask myself, how well do I know this patient? How well can I manage their problems if I only have a limited amount of time? So I did research and I found the DPC concierge model. And this gives you time to really get to know your patient, spend an hour with them, find out what they like, what they don't like. And when you do this, you tend to find things that you wouldn't have picked up on in a 20-minute visit. So, and then again, you get to tailor the care based on your patient, rather than in 10 minutes I have to do what's standard. And yeah, that's why I decided to go this route.
Yes, I completely agree with everything you said. And, for those who might be listening, I hope that if you hadn't heard about DPC or concierge medicine before, you would strongly consider it, because it's just the best of both worlds. That's how I really see it. It's just really, really great care. And the outcomes show they're just better in DPC and concierge medicine. Okay, so let's kind of go back in time a little bit and I'll kind of jog your memory. Do you have any patient encounter that you really you really liked, over the course of your training, or even since starting practicing in the DPC/concierge medicine world, a patient encounter that really stands out to you?
Yes, I would say it was this year. It was a patient that was Cuban. I'm Nigerian American. It was a patient that was Cuban American that I ended up realizing we shared the same ancestry, and this led to them us actually forming a long-term doctor-patient relationship when we weren't supposed to. So it was a random clinic day, and he was here just to get cleared for surgery, and he asked me, where are you from? And I told him I'm Nigerian, and he tells me, so am I. And then I was like, I thought you were Cuban. He was like, no, my great grandmother came from Nigeria. She looks just like you. And then he's very like white Cuban. So she looks like you. My grandmother looks like you. My mom looks like you. And I was like, okay. Because at first I thought he did 23andMe, something
Right. Yes.
Nigeria. And then in the middle of the conversation, he started speaking Yoruba, the same language I speak. And I was like, wait, who are you? And he was like, yes, my grandmother came from Nigeria during the slave trade. She taught all her grandkids Yoruba, and I'm actually the worst one at it. So he told me how happy he was to see me. I was so happy to hear his whole background, his family's background, and he actually told me to come visit Cuba. He's like, a lot of people would love to meet you and reconnect with Nigeria. So fast forward, I see him again in a week. He keeps showing me pictures of his family, his Yoruba instructor, and we ended up forming a great relationship. Ended up meeting his wife, his kids, and ended up being the doctor for his whole entire family. So kind of took the DPC concierge model. You get to really know your patients, build that trust, that connection with them, get to learn things about them, and this leads to better healthcare for our patients.
Wow, that is powerful. Wow, I can't believe you started speaking Yoruba.
Yes, really well too.
Wow.
It was a great moment.
No, but that brings up a really great point. You had the time to be able to talk about these things, because otherwise you would have been limited and had to have left it at the surface level with just the, pre-operative appointments. So that is just such a richer experience. And now it's memorable, not just for him, but I'm sure even for, you said his wife and kids are seeing you now as well, right?
Yeah, and I wonder how many patients I've missed those personal things about them, only having 10 to 20 minutes with them.
Yeah, literally. That's very true. Well, if you are in New York, in Connecticut, and looking for a primary care doctor, Dr. Tim, I believe, is accepting patients, yes? Yes, okay. So please make sure you, we're going to have the links in the description box so that you can connect with him and sign up. But I think this would be incredible. It's certainly worth it. If you've been on the fence, let this be the push you needed to come over to the DPC/concierge medicine world. And then, we're doctors, but we're also humans. So why don't you maybe share a fun fact about yourself with everyone that maybe people don't know yet?
The fact about me is I love basketball. Basketball was life growing up. It still is. I watch every aspect of the game. I know everything about the coaches, the plays, every little detail. I read news articles about the Brooklyn Nets, and if you're a New York Knicks fan, I'm sorry. The Nets are the better team.
All right, fair. All right, so if you love basketball and you're looking for a doctor who does love basketball, then yes, by all means, connect with Dr. Tim. Even if you're a Knicks fan, it's okay. I think you'll still see them as patients, right?
Yes.
All right. Anything else you want to share with everyone before we kind of end for today?
No, just yes. I think a lot of people don't know about this model of care. It's very new. It's up and coming, and it's better cared. It's very affordable. It keeps people out of the hospital. It keeps people healthy, and it's very convenient.
Yes, agreed. And people always worry about the cost, but like Dr. Tim said, very affordable. So please don't let that be a barrier. Reach out so you can learn more about how you can get seen. All right. Thank you so much, Dr. Tim.
You're welcome.